I think every woman should try to date women, just to realize how bad it actually is. Shout out to Norah Vincent. If you don't know who that is, we're going to cover her a little bit later on this video. I got a banger from Men Only. Let's get straight into it.
This is day 5 of 21 days of dating in real life to see if
Oh my Lord have mercy.
She's a runner, she's a track star.
That is some runner activity.
I can find a match off the apps. I went bar hopping in Atlanta. First stop was Barcelona. There was a very cute guy at the bar. I didn't get the vibe that he was going to speak, but then he asked me how my sangria is. Crazy enough, he was waiting for his date. She was already 40 minutes late. I was like, oh, I would have left. And eventually he did. On his way out, he says he's going to get dinner around the corner at Draw Bar, tells me I should meet him. I'm trying to play it cool, knowing full well that was going to be my next stop. But of course, I stained my dress. Once I got myself together.
Bro, I'ma keep it a thou wow, honey. It looks like you're wearing a towel. Looks like you hopped straight out the shower and just put one of those towels on. That dress is not giving.
I walk over to Draw Bar, I do a lap, and I don't see him.
She got bamboozled, bro.
Disappointed, but the night must go on, okay? I walk into Forge Historico for another little bite. The only guy there was way too young for me, so I just enjoy my food. And the risotto balls were so good.
Those look delicious.
Oh my god, so cheesy on the inside. I was in heaven. 10 out of 10 would recommend. And the bartender slid me a marg on the house, so I was a happy girl. On my way to go to Wagyu House, a cute guy asked me if I'm lost. We get to chatting for like 10 minutes and nothing. He just goes home. Like, are the men okay? Because
men are okay, but lady, you must have opened your mouth and gave them the ick. What's so funny to me is that all these women think that any guy that approaches them wants them. Men are just as selective as you are, ladies. We learned the game from y'all. Picky Vickies. You open your mouth and a guy's probably like, I'm good. Seem like a headache. I'll pass. Your body's not right. I'm straight. She's not that easy to look at. She's not like pretty, beautiful, or gorgeous. She's a little bit above average. So for her to be pompous enough to think that every single guy that approaches her wants to initiate a potential date or even dating her, bro, you gotta be out of your freaking mind. Nothing. You just didn't want to even... Yeah, because maybe you are not suitable for this guy. Maybe he's weeding you out. It's just so funny that women don't even have that thought in their mind that maybe they don't qualify for the guy they're talking to. Chat, put a 1 in the chat if you agree. Like sometimes ladies, you don't qualify for him.
Why would you even speak at all? I walked the country mile to Wagyu House only for them to be playing EDM and charging for entry. That was my sign from God to just wrap it up. I've got 16 days left and I'm struggling, okay? Let me know where you think I should go next.
Go to the gym. You're wearing a bath towel out and about thinking you're cooking. You're not cooking with anything. Definitely not grease or olive oil. Maybe a little bit of spit on the pan, but like that's not really it, honey. It's not really it.
We told men to step back, sit down, and be quiet. And now we wonder where all the good men went. Newsflash, they did exactly what a whole lot of women and angry feminists asked them to do. We confused toxic masculinity with masculinity itself. And now good men are standing down, afraid to lead, simply because they prefer to keep their peace.
Facts. I think so many men right there are protecting their peace and not dealing with the BS anymore.
Wait, what did you just ask me?
What are you looking for? What are you looking for on Hinge?
Just to meet my partner.
Dude, this has gotta be satire. This guy's going way too hard on the chips and guac here.
And like, I'm looking for something serious. I'm not like
same.
I've done casual dating.
Yeah, I have too. It's not for me.
And
it's not for me.
Can't like.
Yeah.
I don't just see the point. It's like I've had all the experiences. And I'm dating intentionally.
Yeah, I'm not doing that for fun anymore. Like, I'm serious about it. I'm very serious about it now. I'm very serious.
Did you not have dinner?
Just shoving his gullet, bro.
This is my dinner.
Oh my god. Ew.
Dating is really hard. It's really hard.
I'll show you something that's really hard.
To get your hopes up about somebody and then have it not work out. I'm not crying over a man. I'm crying.
You actually are.
Yeah, but I also haven't eaten, so I'm emotional. But
I love it. I'm just a girl. I'm not emotional. I just haven't eaten. I'm not crying over a guy. Stop lying.
You're a liar!
this is just going to be a really vulnerable post, I guess.
Delete it. As soon as you think this is going to be a really vulnerable post, delete it. Go to therapy. Get over this stuff. And then I can already tell by the tattoos, like, what do we got over here on this right arm? Is that a freaking banana leaf? Like, what are we cooking with? Any woman that has like leaves or roses or flowers tatted on her arms, run. These women are marking themselves. They're letting you know, I'm not fit. I'm unwell mentally. It's just like the poisonous frogs in the Amazon. You know how they're crazy colors to let you know to stay away? Women do the same thing. They dye their hair crazy colors to let you know, I'm rat shit crazy. Stay away from me. Believe them. Believe them when they do this stuff.
Trying really hard to put myself out there. I am putting myself out there. But I feel like I don't find a lot of people that I'm interested in. Or that
Maybe because you're not interesting.
I'm attracted to, or that there's that connection in a multitude of ways. And so
And this woman is mid at best. Shots fired! I don't find men that I'm attracted to. What about men not even being attracted to you?
And you finally do find somebody like that, and it doesn't work. I don't want to say I'm gutted. That's too strong. I'm actually okay. Despite this, I'm actually okay.
You're a liar!
But it is disappointing because you get excited. Then you have to rally and you have to put yourself back out there. And
she's a runner, she's a track star.
Trying to make me feel better.
The stories write themselves. She got a cat. Telling you, chat, invest in cat food. Invest in cat food. Stocks are rising. Your stocks are rising, number 2.
I don't know what I'm saying. I'm bummed and dating gets me down sometimes, and I'm trying to practice what I preach and do everything the right way and meet people in person and or on apps. I don't care. I'm not going to discriminate at this point, even though I think the apps suck. But I just really want my person. I'm really tired of being alone. And it's, people will say, like, you will find it when you least expect it. But, like, how are you going to find something if you're not looking, if you're not putting it out there? So I am putting it out there.
She's a runner, she's a track star.
I'm going through the motions. I'm doing the work. And I just have to remember that I'm not in control and I can only do what I can do.
Here's a bright idea. Stop going for guys that are out of your league. Shots fired! How about that? How about them apples there? Stop going for men that you do not qualify for. Like I always say, if he's good enough for you, he's good enough for a freaking few. Like, come on, dude. Like, ladies, we got to start realizing this, that just because you find him attractive doesn't mean he's really into you. Equal and opposites are true.
Men are wicked. Oh my goodness. Men are wicked. You know when they say in a day, use 23 hours to feed a man. I thought it was a joke. I thought it was a joke. Use 23 hours a day to fear men. Then use the other hour to remind yourself why you should be fearing men. I'm about to crash out. I'm this close to crashing out. Yeah.
Get there. I want to see it.
This woman literally said that men are wicked.
I want to see it. I want to see the crash out. Please, crash out. Let me see the crashing. I want to see the crashing. I do. Please do. Post it online so I can react to it. Please. You know what I'm saying? I live off this stuff. I love it. Ruined his cake. Chunked it in their faces. Talk about karma.
Also
bro.
went on about 30 dates. Did you have any?
So this is Norah Vincent. Shout out to Norah Vincent. If you don't know about her, famous feminist. She actually, she didn't transition, but she appeared as a man to go out dating women to see how bad the dating market is. Yeah. So this is a clip.
On about 30 dates. Did you have any fun?
Rarely.
It was just an ordeal.
Yeah.
She says the pressure of Ned having to prove himself was grueling. Nora was surprised that many women had no interest in the soft, vulnerable man.
My prejudice was that the ideal man is a woman in a man's body. And I learned, no, that's really not.
Do you think women understand what it's like to be a man?
Not at all. No clue. No idea.
That it took a trip into manhood to help her appreciate her own femininity.
I really like being a woman.
Did you like being a woman before Ned?
I did, but I like it more now because I think it's more of a privilege.
I said to her, this is going to be revolutionary because it's been looked at as though men were the perpetrators and women were the victims.
Ultimately, Ned told most of his dates that he was Nora. Barbara seemed more open and friendly, and in the end, actually apologized for how she had treated Ned.
Sorry for being... Please!
But after 18 months
I'm sorry for being a bee.
of deception, she was unraveling. Her checked into a hospital with severe depression. Her views about men have changed forever.
Men are suffering. They have different problems than women have, but they don't have it better. They need our...
This feminist...
Love it. Norah Vincent out there doing the Lord's work. Women really don't realize how bad the dating market is. They really don't. They really don't. I feel like, in chat, put a 1 in the chat if you agree. I feel like women have a much higher success rate when shooting their shot than men do. I feel like men maybe have a 10% chance of success, where women have maybe an 80% chance of success. But men are expected to do it so many more times. Shooting, entertaining. I got a buddy that's casually dating right now, and he's like, dude, it's gotten so bad that, like, he's like, I don't even want to casually date anymore. He's like, it's horrible. He's like, I'll get on Hinge or Bumble or Tinder or whatever, and these women will say stuff like, all right, what do you got? And he's like, what is that? What do you got? Like, all right, what do you got, Tyler? That's what they say. And he's like, what are you talking about? Or like, entertain me, amuse me, like, show me what you got, lay it out for me. And I'm like, that's the mentality right now. No wonder guys don't want to date. No wonder guys don't want to go out and meet women, because that's what it is. It's a dog and pony show. Like, I just got to entertain you. What do I look like, a freaking clown? Am I a freaking clown to you? Huh? What am I? Am I funny? Funny how? That's what it's turned out to be. And I think if more women had to date women, they'd realize how awful it actually is and how shallow women really are. Because, 90% of the women want 10% of the men. 6 foot, 6 pack, 6 inches, mark of the beast. Just saying. I don't make the rules, I just enforce them here. Loki, do you want some more jerky, dude? Can we get some freeze in the chat, please? Loki. Free. But yeah, dude, like, the fact that women don't realize how bad the market is. And they also don't realize that it's really their fault it's bad. Men would approach more if you ladies weren't so savage. Chat, put a 1 in the chat if you agree. I think more men would approach if more women were polite when men approached. But women get on social media, and even in public, they ridicule men and shame men and chastise men so bad and try to, like, just humiliate them when they shoot their shot, that no wonder men don't want to shoot their shot anymore, dude. Like, imagine you do something 10 times and 9 times out of 10 times you get humiliated publicly. I'd probably shy away from it too, man. Like, I wouldn't want to do it anymore.
That the women are indeed correct when they say that decentering men will change your life.
What is this decentering crap? So you're telling me that men were the center of your world? It seems like everything was going fine then. Why are we decentering? It seems like you ladies are unhappier than ever.
I used to get people telling me nonstop in all of my video comments saying to decenter men, and it used to drive me insane because, to be honest with you, men have never been like the center of my life. But I saw a video a few weeks ago talking about how decentering men isn't a literal action of like not going on dates and not always talking to someone. Decentering.
That's called natural selection, because the conservative women that want to be in relationships and want to have kids will be dating, whereas the liberal freakazoids will stay at home and be alone and buy cats.
Men is actually more of like a mental process more than a physical one, because as women we've been programmed from the time we were little girls that like finding a man and finding someone to marry should be our sole purpose in life. And even the small micro habits and actions that we do day to day are all things that have programmed us to try and get a man's attention, either from the way you dress, the way you present yourself, when you go out.
You have pigtails, you're wearing a spaghetti strap dress, your whole chesticle's out. It looks like you put on makeup. Do you not realize the irony in this? Good Lord.
Out in public, all of those things. So I was thinking about this and I was like, okay, well, I've definitely never been one to make men the center of my life in terms of actual dating. So I've never been one who has enjoyed putting myself out there or going on apps or doing any of that. But then I was thinking like, okay, yeah, in the past, anytime that I would go out, I would always think to myself, oh, maybe my next man is going to be out here tonight. Or every time I was at the gym, I caught myself looking for the next good looking guy. So when I became aware of these thoughts that I was having, I decided a few weeks ago after seeing this video to just stop. And it's amazing. Like, it feels so good now just going about my life and truly not caring about men. Period. I don't care if someone talks to me. I do absolutely nothing with the intent of a man approaching me. And funny enough, I have had more men approach me recently than I have in a very, very long time. And what's even crazier is that in the past, I would have been like, oh my God, this is the next person I'm gonna be with. Like, I would have just completely tried to make meaning of any interaction with a man, versus now I just...
This is like a female version of Squidward. That's what she looks like to me. Talking about, oh, men not approaching me. These average women, the audacity. They seriously are they must have audacity at the Salvation Army the way they're selling it right now.
I'm friendly and I move on with my day. But wow, I feel such a huge weight lifted off my shoulders, because I can definitely say that I fell victim to being one of those women who...
Bro, the victim Olympics is crazy work. Everybody wanted, I fell victim to just wanting a man to talk to me. Oh, God. What?
Who was raised, well, not necessarily raised by my parents, but raised by like the media and movies and things like that.
You let the media and movies raise you. You realize how stupid that sounds?
You stupid.
I believe that I had to grow up and just find a man and my life would be over. And since letting go of that narrative, I have just felt so much...
No, that's when life starts. Imagine how much like propaganda had to actually happen. Words, Levi, words.
You stupid.
Imagine how much propaganda had to be pumped through the media for women to think that being in a loving relationship with a man and having a family and having children is oppression. Imagine. Oh my God. So much propaganda and programming. Thinking that's oppression. You being with a man in a loving relationship and having children that love you, doing the one thing that biologically we're meant to do is oppression. Is holding you down. Oh no, oh darn it. It's really holding me back from buying my 7 cats. If I didn't have a family and kids, I could have like 12 cats. Bruh. This is crazy. And this woman thinks she's cooking too.
Free, so much happier, and for the first time in such a long time, I feel like I'm finally living for myself. And I would not...
Now, you've been doing that the whole time.
Change this feeling for the world. So like I said, the women are not wrong when they tell you to decenter men. Even if they are not quite literally the center of your life, if you catch yourself doing things for the sake of getting a man's attention or hoping that you'll find a man...
Women have historically done this to get men's attention because they understand they need protection and provision. What happened to that? And now you ladies still want chivalry, but they want equality, but they only want it when it benefits them. They don't want it when it benefits the man.
The thing about the whole male loneliness epidemic is that men know what they need to do to get women. It's not that hard to figure out. They just hate that it would mean conceding to a matriarchy. They want women, but they also want women in a dynamic where they have the power. It's not just about wanting women. Like, they want to have women, but they want to also be in control of that woman.
This is coming from a woman who's alone. Shots fired!
Oh my god, that is not the reason. This girl is such a hypocrite. For those who don't know, I stitch this girl all the time. She has blocked me by now, probably 1,000 times. And she is such a hypocrite.
Texas Garden Fairy, an LA stereotype.
And contradicts herself in so many videos. So let's just get one thing straight. I personally don't believe there is actually a male loneliness epidemic. This is a terminology that people are giving to the fact that men are choosing to be single at a higher rate, or just in general.
Dude, in my opinion, there's a difference between being alone and being lonely. Chat, put on one in the chat if you agree. If you're lonely, it's not by choice. If you're alone, it's by choice. I'm alone by choice. I'm lonely when I yearn for other women. There's a lot of guys out there that are just alone and they like it that way. They like doing their own thing. They like not having a headache. They like just kicking it with their dog, doing their thing, going to work, coming home, playing video. They enjoy it, actually. So there's a lot of men. Maybe there's a lone male epidemic, but I don't think it's an epidemic. There's a lot of men thriving alone. Loneliness is what you ladies yearn. Because as men, in chat, put a one in the chat if you agree. As men, we are more interested in things, and women are more interested in people. So if it's talking about loneliness, it'd be you ladies that are suffering from the loneliness female epidemic because you yearn and thrive off of having relationships and gossiping and having friends and having social groups. Men, we thrive being alone. It's just crazy to me, bro. It's crazy to me. That's why I say men have to understand women to sleep with them, but women do not have to understand men to sleep with them. Like as men, we are the true romantics. We have to understand everything, and ladies can just do and just tiptoe through life on easy mode and then complain about it. It's crazy work, bro. It's like playing a video game on extra easy mode and then being like, this game is hard. Men are over here playing the dating game on freaking legendary, and we can't complain about it. Like, bro, you can't make this stuff up. But Loki, did you have a good time today? And I hope you guys enjoyed today's episode. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. It was good to have you guys out, man. I'll see you guys next time. Peace.